programming minds. In this video, we are going to learn implementation of linked list using C++ programming language. So if you want to understand what is linked list and advantages of linked list, you can watch the previous video of this playlist. And if you want to learn coding part, so continue this video. Okay, so we are going to learn the functions to insert at end and insert at any position, insert at front, and traversal through the linked list. So let's get started by including libraries. Hash include iostream using namespace standard. Let's define main function. In the body, return 0 to the semicolon here. So we will be using object oriented programming in this case also. So let's define one class node. As we have seen in the last video, we need node in the linked list. So in the public section of this class, we will define data and node pointer, which will be pointing to the next element. So as we have learned in the previous video, in the linked list, we have nodes, and node contain one data member and one pointer, which will be storing the address of next element or the next node. So let's define a class linked list. And in this class, we will define object of node head. Okay, and in the public section, let's create constructor linked list, and we will define head as a null, because when we are going to construct the object of linked list, head will be null, as there are no elements in the linked list or no nodes in the linked list. Now let's create function to insert node at the end or insert new element at the end. Okay, so insert end, and in this function we will be passing int new element. Okay, so in the body we will create object of node class, and we will give the value to it. For creating object, we will define it as a new node, and we will assign memory in the heap by using new keyword. Okay, so new node data will be new element, which we are passing here in that function. Okay, we are passing the data here, and we will assign to data variable as we have defined it here. Okay, and new node next will be null, because there are no next element. Okay, so that's why it will be null. So we have successfully created the new node. Okay, now we need to check if head is equal to null. Okay, because if there are no elements in the linked list, we need to assign that node as a head. Okay, so our head will be new node. Okay, yeah, and else if there are already element in the linked list, one element, then we need to create new object temp. By that object we will be traversing through the linked list, so we will assign head as a head to the that object. Okay, because we will start traversing from head. So after that, Let's define one while loop, and in while loop we will check one condition, temp next not equal to null, and if it is true we will go inside the while loop, and we will start traversing from the that linked list till the we will get last element, as we need to assign the element at end. Okay, so we will traverse through the linked list till the end of the last node, and when we will found the last node pointer null, then we will assign the value of new node to the next of that last element. So it will store the address of new element. So let's assign it new node here. Okay, so yeah, this is the implementation of insert at end function. So now let's define print list function, which we will be using to show the linked list. So print list, and in that function we will defining the one object of node. Okay, so let's define node pointer object temp, and we need to traverse from head to end of the linked list, so we will store the head into temp. Okay, and we will check if temp not equal to null, then we will go inside the if, and we will print message as cout elements of linked list colon semicolon. Here we will be using while loop to traverse through the that linked list. So while, and it will run till temp not equal to null, and in that while loop we will be printing data from that linked list. So let's print message cout temp data. Okay, give some space. Let's give some design. It will look like linked list, original linked list. Okay, yeah. So after that we will give semicolon here, and here we will go to the next of that linked list. Okay, in every iteration we will go to the next node by using this method. Okay, and we will be printing data, and we are using this symbol. We will be printing this symbol to show it's as a connected, and after while loop cout we will be printing as a null, because last element of linked list contains the last element, last pointer, or the pointer of last node contains the null value. So we will be printing it as a null, it will look better. And after if we will, if temp not equal to null, then we will go inside the if statement. But if the temp is equal to null, there are no element in the linked list, then we are going to print message as cout no element in the linked list. Okay, let's use endl here. Okay, so this is the implementation of print list function, and we have successfully implemented the function to insert node at the end of linked list. Okay, Now let's go to the main function and define the object of linked list class. So linked list, okay. And by using this object, we are going to assign new value at the end of linked list. So list, and let's enter 20, 20. Okay, just copy this. We will add three elements here. Okay, copy. Let's make it 40 and 60. After adding new elements, we will print the linked list. So link list dot print list. Okay. So now let's run the program and check if we are adding element successfully. Okay. Click on window local Windows debugger. Program is running successfully and there are no compilation error. So elements of linked list are, we have added 21st. Then this looks like the original linked list. So we are connected from the 20 to 40 and 40 to 60, and pointer of 60 is storing the null value. So yeah, now let's implement the function to add element, insert element at any position and front. So let's implement for front position first. This is the insert at end. Now we are going to, let's add comment to insert node at start. Okay, for that we will define function void insert start. Okay, and we will pass the new element to it. Okay, and in the function body we will create new node. Okay, now let's define the object node, new node, and we will assign the value at if. Okay, so new node is equal to new node. Okay, yeah, so in this case we will directly assign the value to that new node. Okay, so new node data is equal to new element. Okay, and after that we will make the pointer of new node next is equal to head. Okay, because we are adding the new element at start, so it will store the address of head, and our head will be storing the address of that new node, because the starting element will be head. Okay, so we'll define it like that, new node. Okay, so yeah, this is the very simple function to insert node at the start. Okay, so let's check by adding new element at the start. Okay, so we will use list dot insert at start, and we will insert new element as, let's insert it as 80. Okay, and we will print list. Okay, list dot print list. Okay, now let's run the program and check if it's working well. Program is running successfully and there is no compilation error. So first we have added three elements in the linked list, and second we have done the insert start option, and we have added new element at the start of linked list as 80. Okay, so this is the implementation of function to add new element at the start. Now let's implement function to add new element at the any position of linked list. So here we will comment as to insert element at any position. Okay, So let's define function void insert. So let's take it as a position, and in this function we need to pass one element as well as the position. So for that we will define it as new element and integer position. Okay, and we will go inside the insert position function, and here we are going to define new node as a temp. So node temp, and it will be new node. Okay, we are creating the memory at the heap. Okay, now temp will contain the value of that new element. It is equal to new element, and temp next pointer will be null. Okay, so we have created new node first, then we will be checking if position is equal to 1, then we will do like that: temp next is equal to head. We will assign the address of head to the pointer of that node itself, and we are going to assign the that temporary node to the head. Okay, because our head will be storing the address of temp, as it will be head will be that new node itself, because we are adding it at the first position. Okay, so and here we will return, because no need to do more. Okay, so and if that is not true, we will be inserting value at given position. If position is not 1, if we have given the another position, then we will create another object. Let's create as a temp2, and it will contain the value of head, because we are not going to insert it at the first position. So we will start traversing from head to the mentioned position. We will passing position here. Okay, so here we need to use for loop for traversing. Okay, so let's define for, and here we will start from int I is equal to 0, and we will traverse till the I position -2. Okay, and let's define it I plus plus. Then we will assign that created new object temp2, and we will be traversing through the whole linked list by using the next pointer next. Okay, and when we will reach at that position which we have passing here, we will assign the data, or we will update that link here. Okay, so for that we need to define temp next is equal to temp2 next. Okay, so as we have created the new node here, and we have created the temporary node here, because we want to traverse through that linked list and insert that node at the any position. So we are passing position here, so we will be using for loop to traverse to the, and we are going to the next position till the we are getting that position. Okay, so indexing start from 0, that's why I have given this formula here, position -2. Okay, now we we are updating the link here. So temp to next will be temp. Okay, so this is the implementation of function to insert element at any position. You can do it by yourself. Now let's go to the main function and let's enter element. Okay, so list dot insert at position, and we are going to pass value. Let's pass 100 and position as a 2 here. Okay, and list dot print list. Okay, now let's run the program and check if it's working well. Click on local Windows debugger. So program is running successfully. There are no compilation error. So in by using first function, we have created the linked list and we are printing it here. So firstly, we have three elements in the linked list, or the three nodes, and last node is pointing to the null. Okay, so 20, 40, 60 are the elements here. So we are using insert at start function, and we have inserted 80 here, and this is the remaining linked list. Then we have created function to insert node at the any position, and we have passed the second position here, and we have inserted 100 at the second position. Okay, so yeah, this is the successful implementation of linked list using C++ programming language. We have implemented the functions to insert at end, insert at any position, and insert at front. We are traversing through the linked list also to print the elements of linked list. Okay, if you like this video, subscribe to the Programming Minds YouTube channel. Thank you.